Welcome to Legacy Living with Kimberly Tift, a weekly legacy conversation where we explore how to prepare today so that the people we love can thrive tomorrow. Have you ever reached the end of a long day and wondered where the day actually went? You woke up with good intentions. You had plans. You had responsibilities. You answered the phone, replied to emails, helped someone else, crossed a few things off your list, and before you knew it, the day was over. Then tomorrow arrived, and it looked almost exactly like yesterday. Life has a way of moving quietly, not because we're careless, but because we're so busy. We become so focused on getting through today that we rarely pause long enough to ask whether today's choices are building the life we truly want tomorrow. That's why I want to begin our journey together with a simple thought. Legacy isn't something that begins after our lives are over. And yes, you will continue to hear me emphasize that. Legacy begins with the way we choose to live today. Welcome to Legacy Conversations. Hey, I'm Kimberly, and I want to again thank you so very much for inviting me into your day. Now, this is a place where we talk honestly about life's transitions, the moments that reshape our priorities, challenge our perspectives, and remind us what truly matters. You see, these conversations aren't about fear. You know what I'm talking about, that false ear. They're about hope, that lifeline that gets us from one point to the next. They're about living with purpose, preparing with love, and creating peace for ourselves and for the people we care about most. Whether you're raising children, caring for aging parents, building a business, recovering from a difficult season, or simply wondering what comes next, I hope you'll find encouragement here. Now, here's the story. When people hear the word legacy, many immediately think about the end of life. They think about wills, documents, life insurance, family meetings, important paperwork. Yes, those things certainly matter, but I don't believe they are where legacy begins. I just don't believe it. Legacy begins much earlier. It begins in ordinary moments. It's found in the promises we keep, the kindness we extend, the way we show up for the people we love, the example we set when no one is watching, the values we choose to live by every single day. Most of us won't remember an ordinary Tuesday. And I say Tuesday because I release these legacy conversations each Tuesday at 5 a.m. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube or on Podbean for the audio podcast. But someone else might remember how we made them feel on that particular Tuesday. A child may remember being read a bedtime story. Hey, a friend may remember the phone call that came at exactly the right time. Even a coworker may remember the encouragement that changed their confidence. Those moments become part of the legacy we leave behind, not because they're extraordinary, but because they were intentional. There comes a moment in many of our lives when something causes us to pause. Sometimes it's the birth of a child. Sometimes it's watching our parents grow older. Sometimes it's starting a business. Sometimes it's retirement. And sometimes it's even receiving a diagnosis. Sometimes it's losing someone we love. You see, life has a way of interrupting our routine and quietly asking, what really matters? Those moments can feel uncomfortable, but they also invite us to become more intentional. Instead of simply reacting to life, we begin choosing how we want to live. That shift changes everything. This is what legacy living means to me. It isn't about preparing for death. It's about preparing for life. Living intentionally means recognizing that our everyday choices shape tomorrow's memories. It means understanding that peace doesn't happen by accident. Confidence isn't inherited by chance. Strong families don't simply hope everything will work out. They build habits, communicate openly, and prepare with care. Legacy planning, then, isn't just about documents. It's one expression of intentional living. I'm going to say that again. It's one expression of intentional living. When we organize important information, when we communicate our wishes, when we make thoughtful decisions before a crisis arrives, we give the people we love a gift. Not because we expect something bad to happen. No, y'all, we don't expect anything bad to happen. But because we want them to experience greater clarity if life even changes unexpectedly. Preparation becomes an act of love. Now, when you're living it, intentional living doesn't require a dramatic life change. It begins with one simple decision, one conversation, one act of kindness, one organized catch-all drawer, one note of encouragement, one evening spent around the dinner table instead of being distracted by our devices. Phone, tablet, you get the picture. One phone call to someone we've been meaning to check in on for a while now. One small step today can create peace that lasts for years. That's how meaningful legacies are built. Not all at once, but one intentional choice at a time. Now, before we close today, I'd like to leave you with a simple invitation. Take a quiet moment today and ask yourself, if someone learned what mattered most to me by watching how I lived this week, what would they discover? Then choose one small action that reflects the answer. Now choose one daily habit that reflects your values. Hey, maybe it's making time for family. Maybe it's speaking words of encouragement more often. Maybe it's even showing gratitude. Or maybe it's setting aside time to organize something important. Listen, whatever it is, begin there. Because lasting legacies are built through consistent, intentional living. So in closing today, I want to again thank you so very much for spending this time with me. And if today's conversation encouraged you, I invite you to share it with someone who may also be navigating a season of change. And remember, every intentional choice you make today has the potential to become tomorrow's legacy. So until the next time we meet, hey, I'm Kimberly Tift. You know what we're doing. Keep living with intention, keep preparing with purpose, and keep believing that the greatest legacy you can leave is not found only in what you own, but in how you choose to live, love, and serve each day. Because when we prepare today, the people we love are better equipped to thrive tomorrow. Hey, thanks for joining me for this legacy conversation. Remember, legacy is not measured by what we leave behind, but by how we live, what we share, and how well we prepare those we love for the future. Until next time, live fully, love intentionally, and prepare today so future generations can thrive tomorrow. Hey, I'm Kimberly Tift, legacy advocate and consultant, and this is Legacy Living.